Hey everybody, welcome to another Monday of God's Grace. So today we're not going to have any Bible reading. I'm going to do that tomorrow on Tuesday because I didn't have time today because I just got off work. But today we are going to do the New City Catechism, which we usually do on Tuesday. So we just have it switched just for this week. But again, for anybody that's new here, a catechism is just a series of questions and answers to help you understand why you believe what you believe in regarding your faith in Jesus Christ. So today we are on question number 8. And question number 8 says, what is the law of God stated in the 10 Commandments? And I'll just hold that up here. So what is the law of God stated in the 10 Commandments? And I'll give you a few moments to just reflect and, think about an answer while I look through the scripture portion here. Okay. Okie dokie. So again, the question is, what is the law of God stated in the 10 Commandments? And the answer is, you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Remember the Sabbath day, keeping it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not commit murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony. You shall not covet. And let me get my Bible here. And I was just reading out of the actual New City Catechism right here. The response, and it's Exodus 20. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read it out of, actually, let me get my other Bible. Sorry, y'all. I'm actually going to read it out of the English Standard Version. We're going to read it again. So we can go into detail. Okay. And then my Bible is titled as the 10 Commandments. And it says, Exodus chapter 20. And it says, and God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Verse 8, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath day to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter or your male servant or your female servant or your livestock or the sojourner who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Verse 12, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. Let's see. Do I want to stop there? All right. So yeah. So that is the 10 Commandments about what is the law stated of God in the 10 Commandments. So we read it, Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. So I hope this blessed you guys, and I hope that as we think about this scripture, how we can apply it in our lives today. Some things, like for example, keeping the Sabbath day. We're under the New Testament, underneath Jesus Christ. So the Sabbath day is not given to the church. That was for the nation of Israel. But if we look into Hebrew, I'm just giving an example of how we can apply these things to our life today. We keep the Sabbath day, not necessarily in the form of, they say, Sunday is the seventh day. We don't, Saturday, quote unquote, the seventh day, not to do anything, but we keep it in our heart. We are holy for God. We present ourselves as a living sacrifice for God, as it is written in Romans chapter 12, verses 1 through 2. And we keep ourselves holy for God. And if we look into the book of Hebrews, I believe it's chapter 3 or 4, how it talks about how we as believers are not to fall into a hard heart of unbelief, that we may enter into God's Sabbath, that one day we make it into heaven, we can enter into his rest. Because remember, Jesus is Lord of the Sabbath. So that was just an example on how we can apply that practically to our everyday life. Another good example is Jesus said, a man murders and a man also commits adultery when he commits it in his heart. You might not necessarily be committing the act of adultery on your spouse or physically murdering somebody, but if you go to 1 John, that says anyone who does not love his brother or sister is a murderer. So let's think about ways we can apply these commandments practically in our heart today. So those are just some examples. But anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be reading Colossians. Yeah, we're going to be reading the book of Colossians. I'm looking forward to that, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.